Welcome back to the deep dive. This time, we're going deep on YouTube monetization.
Yeah, everybody wants to know about that.
Yeah, it's a hot topic, and you guys sent us a ton of stuff to look at: Reddit threads, articles, even advice straight from YouTube's creator channel. So
It's all out there.
it is all out there. So we're going to try to cut through the noise and really figure out what it takes to make money on YouTube. Separate the facts from the fantasy, the real deal from the hype.
Yeah, exactly. And, we're not just going to skim the surface here. We're going deep into the real experiences of creators, the strategies that work, the ones that don't, and maybe even debunk a few myths along the way.
Love it. Love it. Okay, so before we get into the really juicy stuff, let's just level set real quick, the basics. To even qualify for YouTube's partner program, which is the gateway to actually earning ad revenue, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in the past year.
Yep, that's the first hurdle, right? And what's wild is that only 3% of channels actually hit those milestones.
30%.
Yeah.
So right away, we're talking about a pretty exclusive club.
Yeah, it really highlights that success on YouTube, it's not just about, luck or going viral, right, based on what you sent me. It seems like one of the things that really separates those who make it is a willingness to play the long game.
Okay.
Many creators are saying it takes 1 to 2 years to hit those monetization goals.
1 to 2 years. Wow, that's a serious commitment. No wonder people give up.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely requires patience and persistence for sure. And then, even once you do get monetized, it's not like instant, riches, right?
Right.
A lot of creators said that earning that first $100 can take months.
Oh, wow.
Like, we even saw a few who said their payouts only came every 3 to 4 months.
So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, that's for sure. But, this brings up something I was thinking about. Is it better to, focus on getting subscribers or watch hours early on?
That's a great question. And honestly, there's no one-size-fits-all answer here.
Yeah.
It seems to totally vary depending on, the creator and their content, for example.
Huh.
One user in your research got 4,000 watch hours from a single viral video.
Wow.
Right? Crazy. But they're still struggling to build subscribers
Early.
because they haven't built up that consistent trust factor with viewers.
So just going viral doesn't guarantee long-term success.
Exactly. And then on the flip side, there's this music channel in your research that easily hit 1,000 subscribers, but they're still 3,000 watch hours behind.
So you need both.
You need both, but they often require different strategies.
Okay, this seems like a good time to bring up something that kept popping up in what you sent me, this idea of authenticity.
Yeah.
Like creators who focus on just being themselves, making content they're truly passionate about, they seem to do better in the long run.
Totally agree. And there's actually a pretty crazy story in here about a creator who totally lost their voice trying to chase every trend.
Oh, no.
They learned the hard way that sticking to your guns and making authentic content that resonates more over time.
Yeah. Yeah, and that connects to another thing. I was seeing this idea of using multiple platforms like Instagram, TikTok to promote YouTube content.
Yeah, multi-platform strategy. That's huge these days.
Yeah, but it's not just about reposting the same thing everywhere, right?
No, definitely not. The key is to tailor it.
Okay.
Make it specific to each platform, for example. One creator talked about how they take a 60-second highlight from their YouTube video and turn it into a standalone TikTok with a different vibe.
Oh, so it's like driving people back to your YouTube channel using these other platforms.
Exactly. It's just thinking outside the box.
I love that. Okay, another thing that kept coming up, networking.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with creators who are a little bit bigger than you in the same niche.
Find those people.
Yeah.
There was a tip in there about finding 3 to 5 creators who are 2 to 3 times your size and just genuinely engaging with their communities.
So not spamming them, just being part of the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Add value, right?
Yeah.
Become a familiar face.
Okay, this is all great advice, but let's be real. We all want to know about the money. How are successful creators making money beyond just YouTube ads?
That's the million-dollar question, and that's what we're going to really dig into in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
But one thing that came up over and over again was this idea that YouTube should just be one piece of your income puzzle, not the whole thing.
Interesting. So even successful YouTubers have other income streams.
Oh, for sure. Merch.
Yeah.
Patreon sponsorships. It's all part of the mix. The idea is that, you build an engaged audience, and then that opens up all these opportunities beyond just AdSense revenue.
It's not just a channel. It's like building a brand.
Exactly. And speaking of brand, it seems like the creators who are the happiest, regardless of income, are the ones who focus on just building a genuine community around their content. stuff they're truly passionate about. Oh,
Yeah, there's a great story here about a creator whose like joy went way up when they stopped stressing about the money and just like focused on the creative process, like rediscovering that initial passion. So finding that balance between passion and the business side of YouTube.
exactly. And before we move on to the money stuff in the next part, I do want to share a couple of anecdotes that really stuck with me from what you sent.
Oh, I love a good anecdote. Tell me more.
Okay, so there's this YouTuber who finally got monetized after 3 years of hard work,
Yeah.
just grinding it out. And then 5 days later, a single video blew up.
Get out.
Took their channel to like a whole new level. Talk about perfect timing.
Wow, perseverance pays off.
It does. But then there's this travel vlogger who hit monetization and realized that it wasn't like the instant replacement for their day job that they were hoping for.
Right.
A much needed dose of reality, against all the like get rich quick hype.
Keep it real. Keep it real.
Okay, what else? What else did you see?
Well, there's this user who accidentally spent $600 on YouTube promotions.
Oh, no.
And it worked.
Like it actually boosted their channel,
Yeah.
which shows you the power, but also the risk of those paid strategies.
You're gambling.
A little bit. And then lastly, there's this creator with a monetized channel who was only earning $10 a month from it, with Google still owing them $55.
What?
It just highlights, that sometimes the financial reality, even for those who have made it, is not always what you think it is.
So even monetization doesn't guarantee like a steady income.
It's all over the place.
It's crazy.
Yeah, what all these anecdotes show is that there's no single path to success on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's full of highs and lows, unexpected turns, and just a lot of learning along the way.
Okay, well, this has been a fantastic overview. I feel like we've really set the stage for like what people can expect.
We've covered a lot.
Yeah.
And in the next part, we're going to dig into some specific income generating strategies.
Yeah.
Give people a roadmap for building a sustainable business around their YouTube channel.
Can't wait. See you in part 2. Welcome back to the deep dive. We just explored, the reality of YouTube monetization, the long game, authenticity, diversifying income, all that good stuff.
Yeah, laid the foundation.
Exactly. But now let's get tactical. How do we actually get those watch hours and subscribers? It seems like everyone's always talking about the algorithm, but like, what does that even mean practically?
Yeah, that's the big question. Well, from what I'm seeing in all this research, understanding your audience is key. Like that sounds super obvious, but
Right.
so many creators get caught up in their own heads, and forget to actually think about what their viewers want.
It's easy to do when you're like in the weeds creating.
Yeah.
Do you have any examples of creators who really nailed that audience connection?
Yeah, definitely. There's one creator in here who like completely shifted their whole content strategy.
Really?
After noticing that their audience was engaging way more with like shorter casual videos.
Interesting.
They had been spending hours on these like long, highly produced pieces, but turns out their viewers just wanted something quick and easy,
So less is more sometimes even on YouTube.
Sometimes, yeah. It's about adapting
You got to look at the data.
to what the data tells you exactly. Speaking of data, let's talk playlists.
Okay.
They're like secret weapons for boosting watch time,
Playlists.
Think of them as like curated journeys through your content, right?
Yeah.
Guiding people.
I did read about a creator who strategically put their like highest performing videos at the beginning and end of playlists to like increase the chances of people watching more.
That's a great strategy. It's all about those little tweaks, right? And while we're talking about optimizing content, let's address the elephant in the room, the algorithm.
The algorithm, it's like this mysterious beast that controls our destiny.
I know, right? So many people are obsessed with it.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's not about like cracking some secret code. It's more about understanding the signals that YouTube is looking for.
Okay.
One thing that comes up again and again is keywords and tags, making sure your videos are easily discoverable by the right people.
Makes sense. There's a story here about a creator who noticed that their videos were ranking well for a certain keyword phrase, even though they hadn't like intentionally targeted it.
Wow.
And then they went back and updated some older videos with that phrase, and their views just skyrocketed.
That's amazing. Yeah, you got to pay attention to what's working.
Adapt. Yeah.
Another crucial thing is audience retention. YouTube really likes videos that keep people watching.
So it's not just about getting people to the video, it's about keeping them there.
Exactly. And creators are using all sorts of techniques for this: hooks, cliffhangers, pacing, storytelling. Think about it. What are those like can't miss moments that keep you glued to the screen?
Yeah.
Got to create that flow that keeps people engaged.
And don't forget those calls to action, like reminding people to like comment, subscribe, all those interactions, send good signals to the
Yeah,
algorithm.
absolutely. It's that feedback loop, right?
Yeah.
Engaging content leads to interaction, leads to more visibility. And you know what else boosts engagement? Community building.
That keeps coming up. It seems like every successful career we've looked at has a strong community around their channel.
Yeah, it's more than just responding to comments. It's about actually fostering connection.
Yeah.
There's a creator in here who mentioned that they noticed one viewer who was always commenting on their videos, so they reached out directly to thank them.
That's nice.
And they ended up becoming real-life friends.
Wow. So YouTube can be a place for actual human connection, not just views and subscribers.
Exactly, and those connections can lead to collaborations, which are another awesome way to expand your reach.
Hmm.
There's a story about a creator who was really struggling to get traction, and they reached out to a slightly bigger channel in their niche and proposed a collab, and that one video just like blew them up.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, for everyone involved. But, we also have to be real. YouTube isn't always sunshine and rainbows.
Right.
The sources you sent also reveal a lot of frustration with the platform itself.
Oh, yeah.
People getting videos demonetized for no reason, sudden drops in views, struggles with copyright claims, even when they're following the rules. It's tough.
It's enough to make you crazy. What advice did you find for like navigating those rough patches?
Well, first of all, remember, you're not alone. Everyone goes through it. The key is to stay informed about policy changes,
Mm-hmm.
engage with YouTube support when you need to, and most importantly, have a support system.
Yeah, other creators to talk to, commiserate with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Share experiences, offer advice. It makes a huge difference, and ultimately, it all comes back to passion. The creators who really thrive are the ones who truly love what they do.
I love that. So even with all the algorithm talk and monetization strategies, it's that passion that fuels the fire.
It is. So with all that in mind, are you ready to explore some specific income-generating strategies beyond AdSense?
Bring it on. I'm ready to hear how people are actually turning their passion into a business.
We're back for the final part of our deep dive into YouTube monetization. We've covered a lot, the challenges, the strategies, the algorithm, all the ups and downs. Yeah. The emotional roller coaster.
Exactly. But now let's get to the good stuff. How are creators actually making money beyond those, AdSense pennies?
Right. Let's talk about turning passion into profit. One thing that's been huge for some creators is merchandise.
Oh, yeah, merch.
T-shirts, mugs, stickers, anything that lets fans rep their favorite channels.
Merch makes so much sense. It's like a way for fans to support you and show off their love at the same time.
Exactly. And, the really successful merch lines, they're not just slapping a logo on something. They're really thoughtful extensions of the creator's brand, their personality.
Yeah, it seems like some creators are designing their own lines. Some are using print-on-demand services. Some have even like full-blown online stores.
Yeah, the entrepreneurial spirit is alive and well. And it's not always just about profit either. Some creators are using merch to give back, donating a portion of the proceeds to charity.
That's awesome. Okay, so merch is one way to diversify. What else are we seeing?
Well, Patreon has been a game changer for a lot of creators. It allows fans to directly support them through monthly memberships.
Right, Patreon. It's like building your own little subscription service with exclusive content, behind-the-scenes stuff.
Exactly. And it's not just for the big names either. We're seeing creators with smaller but really engaged audiences making a good living through Patreon.
It's all about that community building, right?
Yeah.
Giving fans a way to connect on a deeper level.
It is. And then there are sponsorships. Those brand deals can be really lucrative, but they require a careful balance.
Yeah, you got to be selective, right?
For sure. You only want to partner with brands that align with your values and your audience.
And that your audience will actually like.
Yeah, authenticity is key. The creators who are doing it well, they integrate sponsorships seamlessly, honest reviews, and they're not afraid to say no to deals that don't feel right.
It's about trust, not just a quick buck. What other income streams are out there?
Affiliate marketing is another popular one. Creators earn a commission by promoting products or services that are relevant to their audience.
So it could be anything from software and tech gadgets to books and online courses.
Yeah, the sky's the limit. And let's not forget about live streaming.
Oh, yeah.
Platforms like Twitch have exploded, and a lot of YouTubers are using live streams to connect